The Marvel Rivals roadmap is here, and although it's not laid out in a nice little graphic for us, I'm here to break down everything we can expect to see upon the launch of the game and speculation of everything presented. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure to stick around and let's get right into it. First on up, we get introduced to the game director himself, where he teases the countdown that they've been holding since 33 days out of the game's release. If you've been keeping up with Marvel Rivals, you'll know that they've been revealing a character along with a skin they'll have on launch for the last 33 days before the launch of the game. And with the game's beta having 23 characters that were playable at the time, that means they'll have added 10 characters since the last we saw the roster during the beta. Of course, that's not including the characters teased after the beta, being Captain America and Winter Soldier, which were teased once the game's release date was announced, which brought the total to 25 characters. And then after that, we recently had Psylocke and Moon Knight revealed to be in the game, bringing it to 27 characters. So apart from those 4 characters we never got to try during the beta, we are getting an additional 6 characters that haven't been seen yet. My money is on 4 of them being big time heroes and villains, while 2 are some fringe characters that we almost never hear about. Let me know who you would like to see them add in those 6 character slots in the comments down below. All of that, and that's just the beginning before the game even launches. After that, the game director finally touches on what we can expect as a roadmap for the entry season of the game. On December 6th, when the game launches, we'll be able to jump right into what they're calling Season 0 of the game, called Doom's Rise. This season is confirmed to be 1 month long, and they'll have the full 33 character roster we mentioned before, 8 maps on launch for quick play and competitive modes, 1 conquest map, and 1 all-new practice range map. He then goes in depth about the overall plot of the game, where Doctor Doom causes a time stream entanglement where it splits the universe into 4 separate universes, being 2099 Techno Dystopia, the present-day Evil Strikes timeline, the unstable space-time Mosaic timeline, and finally, the collapsing timeline where even the gods die. He then teases that because of this, future characters, past characters, and alternate timeline characters will all be woven into their storyline for the game, and in turn, the characters and skins that will be represented for their game as well. We then got confirmation that Season 1 will start early January 2025, and that you can expect all other seasons to look similar to what Season 1 is instead of Season 0. He says every regular season will last around 3 months long, and that they are already hard at work to make content for the rest of the year as well. The game director then breaks into how monetization will work for the game. Immediately, everyone was able to breathe a sigh of relief, as he says they will never charge for power, essentially saying pay to win will not be a thing in the game, which is fantastic to hear. Then he states on launch day they will be rolling out a battle pass, which I think may have surprised maybe the one person who hasn't seen modern day monetization schemes in video games, in which he then clarifies that Season 0 will only be lasting 1 month. This is unlike the regular seasons, which will be lasting for 3 months, and because of that, it will have half the content of a normal battle pass. But then he says something I really wasn't expecting, saying even though it's half the content and only about a month long, it'll also be priced accordingly, which could only lead me to assume it's half the price of a normal battle pass as well. If this is the case, that would be actually amazing to hear, since some games, even when battle passes feel light on content or aren't around as long for one reason or another, it's usually priced the same as your normal price no matter what. After that, he mentions the in-game store will be regularly updated with costumes from past designs and comics, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from their own in-game universe, and more. One more major thing he mentions is that they will be maintaining 60 tick rate dedicated servers for the game, and will have servers based all around the world to accommodate any player and the region they're playing from. Meaning you can select what server is closer and best fits you to maintain a smooth gameplay experience. The best thing I can compare this to is Valorant, which lets you select your servers that you prefer to play in that best fits your connection. In their screenshot, they show servers based in North America, Europe, Middle East, South America, and Asia Pacific. They'll also be launching a dedicated server site. You can check which ones are actually fully listed once the site launches soon. Lastly, he mentions the game will have full voiceovers in English, Japanese, and Chinese, and have tech support for 16 different languages. Overall, that wraps up their roadmap presentation, and I have to say, it actually sounds very promising. They seem to be very aware of what people do want to see and not want to see in terms of monetization, and they seem to be launching with a pretty big roster size that I'm sure anyone will have fun testing out to see who their main characters will actually be. They're focusing on their future content to keep the game alive and well too, along with already having a formula on what characters they'll be introducing throughout its life cycle. And if you want to check that information out, I have you covered with this video shown on screen, which will be linked down below if you're interested. Anyways guys, that's enough out of me for today, but let me know what you guys think about the Marvel Rivals roadmap and launch plans in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed or found it entertaining, make sure to scroll down and make that like button glow so we can reach our like goal of 25 likes for this video. While you're down there, consider subscribing as we'll be covering Marvel Rivals as updates come out, other AAA games throughout the year, hilarious content, and more. As always, your support through your viewership, liking, and subscribing is always greatly appreciated and helps me out tremendously against the multi-dimensional threat that is the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you guys next time. Peace!